Hey everyone, this is Mike. So let's take a look today and see if Goku from Dragon Ball was a therapist. What type of therapist would he be? All right, let's explore this. So, if Goku were a therapist, he would most likely practice a highly unconventional yet surprisingly effective blend of humanistic therapy, specifically with strong elements of existential therapy and a heavy dose of motivational interviewing and strengths-based approach. Here's why. Humanistic person-centered core. Goku fundamentally believes in the inherent potential within everyone. He constantly pushes himself and others to grow stronger, not just physically, but often mentally and spiritually. He wouldn't focus on fixing people as much as helping them unlock their own inner power and self-actualization. He'd offer unconditional positive regard, always seeing the good in people and believing they can overcome their challenges. He wouldn't judge. Even his enemies often get a chance to change their ways. Existential leanings with a cyan twist. While he might not use the philosophical jargon, Goku's constant pursuit of strength and pushing limits speaks to an underlying existential drive. He'd encourage clients to confront their limitations, embrace the struggle, and find meaning in their personal battles. For Goku, meaning is often found in challenging oneself and protecting what's important. And he'd likely guide others to discover their own purpose, even if it's not fighting universe-level threats. He understands that life is about facing adversity and growing from it. Motivational interviewing, Saiyan style. Goku wouldn't force anyone to change. Instead, he'd be incredibly skilled at inspiring and motivating them. He'd highlight their strengths, identify their internal desire for growth, even if they don't realize it yet, and then gently push them to take the next step. Think of how he often encourages his friends and even former foes to train and get stronger. He facilitates their own motivation. He's not about giving answers. He's about helping you find your own drive. Strength-based approach. Goku is all about leveraging what you're good at and building upon it. He wouldn't dwell on weaknesses or past failures unless they're lessons to be learned. Instead, he'd help clients identify their unique strengths, no matter how small they seem, and encourage them to use those strengths to tackle their problems. You've got a lot of key in there. Let's figure out how to use it. The training arc metaphor. Goku's therapeutic process would heavily resemble a training arc. It would involve intense, sometimes painful self-reflection and effort. He'd likely encourage clients to face their fears head-on, much like he charges into battle. He'd be patient, but also incredibly persistent. The powering up would be symbolic of mental and emotional breakthroughs. Simple, direct communication. Goku is not one for complex psychological theories or convoluted explanations. He's straightforward and to the point. His therapy would be direct, honest, and easy to understand, even if it comes across as a bit naive at times. Focusing on the present and future. While he acknowledges the past, Goku's gaze is always toward the future and the next challenge. He'd encourage clients to focus on what they can do now and how they can grow next, rather than getting bogged down in past regrets. What his therapy sessions might look like. Less talking, more doing. He might encourage physical activities or visualization exercises to help clients connect with their inner strength. Meditate, but intensely. Find your inner power. He might offer seemingly simplistic advice that, when applied to his unwavering belief, proves profound. Just get stronger, then you can beat this problem. Applied metaphorically, of course. He'd be genuinely excited about any progress a client makes, cheering them on with his characteristic enthusiasm. He'd likely be eating constantly during sessions, encourage clients to fuel themselves for their personal battles. In essence, Goku's therapy wouldn't be about clinical diagnosis or deep-seated trauma resolution in the traditional sense. It would be about empowering individuals to overcome their personal fights by tapping into their own potential, fostering an unyielding spirit, and continually striving for growth. So what do you think? What do you think about Goku's therapeutic approach, and would you want him to be your therapist? Leave your answers in the comments, and I'll speak to you next time.